How's it going, everyone? My name is Sinikle, and welcome back to yet another Higurashi, When They Cry. So we are in Arc 6, titled Tsumihoroboshi. And we're going to go ahead and continue from where we last left off. If you not have watched the previous episodes, the link to the playlist is in the description.
少なくとも3日くらいの間は甘いものを見たくないぜ。
ケイチ君頑張りすぎだったもんね。
Rena ate a massive amount of desserts too, but her stomach seemed to be just fine.
女の子には胃袋が4つくらいあるんじゃないか?
So we're back to Keiichi, huh? We were just Rena for that short amount of time. Huh.
デザート用に確実に一つは余計にあるに違いない。
まあ、レディーになんたる暴言ですの。そんなこと言うケイイチさんにはこうでございますことよ。
Satoko had poked me very hard in my bloated stomach.
やめて！お腹は押さないで！中身がはみ出る！
Satoko and Rika-chan grinned mischievously upon hearing that. A chill ran up my spine. Why were they smiling like that and walking towards me so gleefully?
やめろお前ら！血とか涙とかはねえのかよ！
Eh.
千載一遇のチャンスを見逃す私と思いまして。ねえ。ケイイチの膨らんだポンポンが大変なのですよ。ケイイチくんのポヨンポヨンのポンポン、かいいよ。
やめろお前ら！
Rena joined Satoko and Rika-chan in torturing me. We were still making a lot of noise outside the restaurant. I desperately blocked my stomach from their attacks, but someone else hit me from behind.
誰だ？
ハルロ
Oh, damn!
ン。ケイちゃんとその愉快な仲間の皆さん、こんにちはです。
I don't know where to look on the screen right now.
お、しーちゃんだ。こんにち
Shion!
は。あれれ、今日はお店にいなかったよね。
Yeah, wait, what the fuck?
私、今日は夜のシフトなんです。
Ah.
さっき来て着替えたばかりですよ。
それはそうと。お前、よくその格好で店の外に出られるな。
I know, right? Jesus Christ.
大したことないですよ。あられもない姿で村中を練り歩いた誰かさんよりは恥ずかしくないです。
Oh, God. Good. Damn it. I was just getting over it, damn it. She had to just remind me that I'll never be able to get married. What?
それはそうと、今日は皆さん、だいぶ大暴れしたらしいですね。
Hmm.
まあね、いつもの部活になっちゃった以上、ね。店内とんでもないことになってましたからね。お姉も責任を感じたようで、みんなに混じって掃除をやってます。やっぱり私たちも掃除に加わった方が良かったんじゃありませんの？ああ、それはお気遣い無用です。さすがにお客様に掃除はさせられませんから。そもそも一番散らかしたのはミー本人だと思いますです。
Yeah, that's right. Everybody nodded in agreement.
それでお姉から伝言です。皆さんは先に帰っててくれていいそうです。いいよ、待ってるよ。ねえみんな。
Rena asked for our agreement. Of course, we decided to wait without hesitation. Satoko, Rika-chan, and I all nodded along.
手伝えないならせめて終わるのを待ってるよ。帰っていいからって言って先に帰るとあいつ寂しがると思うからな。
ほう、ケイちゃんも日進月歩、少しは成長するんですね。 レナたちがちゃんと教育してるからね。
The fuck? I'm not a dog here. What the hell?
ね
Fuck all of
え。で
you.
すわよ。ニパー。
Okay, why is Rika in front of Rena like that? That's weird. Is that happening in the, Oh, it is. What the fuck? Oh my god, that's weird. What the hell is going on?
なんだよ。こういう時だけ女どもは結束しやがって。
I hate girls. They get along so easily just because they're girls. In the end, we ended up making a lot more noise, even dragging Shion into the mess this time.
シオン、あんたいつまでサボってんの？雑巾どこやったの？ありゃいけね。じゃあ私はもう戻りますね。みーちゃん、お掃除まだまだかかりそう？何みんな。おじさんを待っててくれてるわけ？余計な気使わなくていいって。まったくもう。
Mion looked happy to see us waiting for her, but she always says the opposite of what she thinks. I wonder when she'll grow up to be able to just honestly say thank you.
バカ、仲間だろ？終わるまで待っててやるよ。
レナたちも一緒にお手伝いできればいいのにね。ごめんね。だからいいって。今日ね、シオンの仕事終わるの待ってから久しぶりに沖宮の家に帰ることにしたの。だから本当に大丈夫。気持ちだけでも感謝するよ。あら、本当にいいんですの？なんだか悪いですわね。なんか悪い気がするかな？人は大勢いるから大丈夫だよ。風が冷たくなる前にみんなHinamizawaに戻りな。わかりましたのです。みー、お掃除、ファイト、おーです。おありがとね。じゃあケイちゃん、お嬢様方のエスコートをよろしく。途中で死角に襲われないようにしっかり護衛するんだよ。
Looking around, I didn't see any ladies who needed an escort. Oh, that's kinda harsh. Oh my god, why? Dude, come on. I felt more like I was the one who needed protection. Really, dude? Really? Just really? Alright. Anyway, we said our goodbyes, making it easy for us to end the day and go home.
じゃあね、みーちゃん。また明日ね。おう、また明日ね。
よっしゃ、行こうか。
We waved at Mion until she went back inside the restaurant, and after that, we all got on our bicycles and left Okonomiya. Okay. Slow transition into the sunset skies. Yes. So pretty. So orange and red and yellow and... What the fuck am I speaking about? I don't know. On the way home, we talked about how exciting it had been today, and it looked like everyone was still fired up. We had the horrifying punishment in the competitive eating contest, which turned into an unprecedented battle involving all the customers in the restaurant. And after that, everything got crazy and messy! No doubt. At first, the waitresses didn't know what to do, but after a while they ended up joining in. We had a blast. That sounds good. Yeah.
その時の富田さんと岡村さんたらもうおかしくてたまりませんでしたわ。
Nah, us viewers, we don't get to see that shit. It's so sad.
結局、亀田も入江もかわいそうだったのです。
You know what? I don't mean to like cut right in the middle of all of this. I'm sorry, but you know what I love about Umineko and not Higurashi? Umineko seems to actually just continue along with everything. Where in Higurashi there is a lot of shit that gets skipped. You see, you know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying? Like how they're explaining what happened after we took over Rena a little bit and she met this Rena girl, whatever, I don't fucking know. Anyway, you know what I mean, right? Higurashi, some things are skipped, where in Umineko, everything's like slow-paced and steady and shit. I don't know, just bleh.
いやいや、しかし。
I hope you all know what I'm talking about. I can't explain shit for shit.
俺の演説もなかなかだったろ？
What the fuck is wrong with me?
あの時は店全体が俺の味方だったよな。
圭一は生まれる時代と国が違ったら、ひょっとするととんでもない人になってたかもなのです。
Reincarnation.
こんな口先男がですの？
Oh.
どこの国に生まれてもろくな人間にはならないと思いますでございますわね。
Okay, don't need to be a bitch. Alright, just don't.
あと100年も早く生まれていたら、
No need.
お札になっていたかもですよ。
What?
圭一さんのお札なんてなんだか貧しいですわね。
Hell yeah, with my face on it. I'm an important figure in the history of Japan.
きっと200円札とか300円札とかそのぐらいの数でしたよ。
Ah, fuck you. Satoko and Rika-chan kept up their continuous chatter. I was a bit tired after the day's events, so I just listened quietly. I noticed the wind was getting colder. Our shadows were getting longer as well. Satoko and Rika-chan still had a lot of energy left, but what about Rena? She'd been very quiet. Maybe she also had a stomachache from eating too much. I looked at Rena to see. However, I was wrong. Rena was... I didn't really know how to describe it. She looked very satisfied. She looked like she really did have that much fun. She looked like she was as happy as she could ever be. Do not give me another "she looked like" frickin' sentence, I swear to God. Okay, good. I could tell all that without her saying a word. When I looked at her, it made me realize that the word fun wasn't enough to describe what we did today.
今日一日本当に楽しかったな。
圭一くんは？
俺も最高に楽しかったよ。今日みたいなことが明日や明後日もあればいいのになってくらいにさ。
それはレナも同じかな。今日のお店の中での時間だけが永遠だったらいいなって思った。
おお、詩的なことを言うな。
圭一くんは思わなかった？
Rena didn't notice that I made fun of her. I might have been a little tactless. Suddenly, I regretted having said it.
いや、俺も同感だよ。
でもね、圭一くん。別に今日だけが最高に幸せってわけじゃないんだよ。
A cool wind blew through her hair. She smiled at me, and for some reason she looked very mature. Her appearance made my heart skip a beat.
私たちのHinamizawaでの日々は、どの一日だってかけがえのない大切で素敵な幸せな一日なんだよ。たとえ部活がお流れになっちゃって退屈な一日だったとしてもね。
レナは大人な考え方ができるんだな。
そんなことないよ。本当はまだまだはしゃぎ足りない。興奮がまだ冷めないだけなのかもね。
Rena laughed, and that made me laugh too. Satoko thought that we were laughing because we said bad things about her, and she started bugging me about it. Once again, we made a lot of noise like we always do.
では、僕とサトコはここでお別れなのです。リカ、もう少しご一緒してタバコ屋さんで曲がってもいいではありませんの？豆電球が切れたのを忘れましたですか？豆電球がないと寝るときに真っ暗になってしまいますですよ。それは困りますわね。あ、牧野さんの雑貨屋さん？ ならここでお別れだね。これ以上行っちゃうとどんどん遠回りになっちゃうからね。
Makino-sen's general store? Alright, that's where it is. If they wanted to make a stop at the store before going back to the shrine, turning here would be the quickest way.
そっか。じゃあな、リカちゃんにさとこ。また明日な。
また明日なのです。それではですわ。ケイチさんにレナさん。じゃあね、二人とも。バイバイ。
Rika-chan and Satoko waved at us many times, then took the narrow path through the field. Once the noisy girls went gone, it went to be... It went especially quiet all of a sudden. My mouth likes to move before my brain can process shit. I'm so sorry. It even made me feel as if the sun had set in an instant. I could see my house by now, which everybody called the Maebara Mansion. I didn't notice it earlier because of how fired up we all were, but my stomach was about to burst. The growling in my gut felt like thunder. My body must have been paying the price for me acting like an idiot earlier. There was no way I was eating dinner that night. Nah, probably not. I'd need to tell my mom before she started cooking. But before anything, I had to get to the bathroom. Fuck you. Okay, Higurashi? Fuck you. Why are you putting in the ooh? Why is Maria's and Umineko ooh in here? Fuck you. Oh, you sneaky, sneaky little bastards. My stomach was churning. Oh boy, it really didn't sound good. We got to the place where I'd always meet Rena in the morning and say goodbye in the evening.
今日はすっげー楽しかったな。
I hate that so much. It made me smile and like wide-eyed, like holy fuck. Nicely placed. I like that. I hate it, but I like it.
すっごい楽しかった。
Like a double entendre.
あれ？ケイチ君具合悪いの？
Nah, I'm about to shit my pants. What's up?
すまん、お腹を壊したかもしれない。
What the fuck?
おとなしく休むことにするよ。
ケイチ君もまだまだお腹の鍛え方が足りないかな？
No.
レナだって俺と同じくらい食べてるはずなんだぞ。
Did she?
一体その細っこい体のどこにあれが収まるってんだ？
それはその女の子の秘密ってことで。
Right. Rena giggled and tried to avoid giving me an answer. She'd probably hit me if I pressed her about it. If she punched me in the stomach, I'd throw up for sure. So I decided not to go any further.
じゃあな、レナ。また明日な。
また明日ね。
俺さ、前は都会に住んでたわけだけどさ。こんなにも一日一日を楽しいと思って過ごしたことはなかった。俺、Hinamizawaに引っ越してきてさ、きっと幸せなんだって思う。
レナも同じだよ。ほら、私も1年前にHinamizawaに引っ越してきたわけだけど、こんなに楽しい幸せな日々を送れるのが信じられないもの。
そっか。なら明日も絶対に楽しいな。
そうだよ。昨日も今日も楽しかったんだもん。きっと明日だって楽しいよ。
こんなにも毎日が楽しいと、なんだかある日突然転びそうで怖いよな。
転ぶときはどんなに注意してても転ぶよ。だからいつ転んでもいいように思いっきり今を楽しむのが正解だと思うな。
そうだな。今を精一杯楽しむのが正解だな。
ね、ケイチくん。おばさまとおじさまにもよろしくね。さて、レナはまだまだ遊び足りないから、また宝の山に宝探しに行こうかな。
まだ遊び足りないってのか？つくづくタフなやつだな。負けたぜ。
どう？よかったらケイチくんも一緒に来ない？新しい山があってね、まだ全然発掘してないの。何かとっても可愛いのが見つかるか
も。悪いけど俺はパスするよ。それになんだか雲が重たくなってきたみたいだしな。レナも今日はおとなしく帰宅した方がいいんじゃないか？
ほう、こういう素敵な気分の日にはね、きっと可愛いのが見つかるんだよ。だからちょっとでも行ってみるね。
I felt sick enough that I didn't feel like going with her. If I felt better, I would have gone treasure hunting with her for sure. She didn't want to go home yet because she didn't want the fun to end. That's exactly how I felt too.
わかったよ。じゃあな。可愛いのがあったらぜひ見せてくれよな。
じゃあね。バイバイ。
Ah, we're taking over Rena again. Keiichi-kun waved over and over as if he didn't want to say goodbye yet. But after a while, he was gone. Well, I had to go too, because I was going to go treasure hunting. I love cute things. I had such a wonderful day today that I'm sure I'm going to get lucky at treasure hunting. I definitely will find some wonderful treasures. Yeah. I pedaled my bicycle with determination. My house was nearby, but I took another street that led to the dam construction site. It might have been okay to go home just then, but I hesitated to go, since I didn't want to be seen. I had so much fun today, and I wanted to continue feeling happy as long as I could. It was already getting late, but I felt like it was getting darker faster than usual. Just like Keiichi-kun said, the clouds in the sky were growing darker. It might start raining hard.
でも別に、だからって家に帰れるわけじゃないんだし。
Do you not like going home? Stop it, Rena. You had so much fun today. You have to stay happy as long as you can. I'm happy. I enjoy every day. Rena, say it. Say the magical words. Kind of sounds like ooh from Maria and Umineko. Don't be embarrassed. You're not dumb or anything. I might be able to enjoy every day even more if I were dumb. What the fuck? If so, dumb is what I'd want to be. Okay.
可愛いのあるかな？お持ち帰り。
There, I said it. I'm sure I can find something cute. As long as I believe it's cute, anything can be that way. I should fill my heart with happy memories of today and yesterday. I should look forward to the happiness I'm going to receive tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow too. I reached the dam construction site. A mountain of trash loomed before me. I parked my bicycle and walked down the mountain of trash and scrap. This place is my castle. It would be incredible if anyone else came to this mountain of trash. I've come here many times, and I usually stay for a long while, but I've never seen anybody walk by. This place is the village's blind spot. I heard that many people came here all the time during the dam wars, but it was abandoned after that. The villagers no longer need to come here, and some people even forgot about it entirely. It seems like they dump trash here at midnight, but I've never seen a truck actually dumping trash at least. If they dumped new trash more often, it'd give me more time to kill. But it looks like it's not going to happen for a while. I walked down the slope of the trash pile, all the way down to the bottom, and headed behind another pile. Nobody ever comes here. I've come here many times and I usually stay for a long while, but nobody has ever come to mess up this place. Not even the other kids from my school come here. They all believe that the arm of the manager of the construction site is buried somewhere in the trash piles. And they also believe the whole place is haunted. They told me that a ghost with one arm still wanders around here, looking for his missing limb. Sadly, I haven't seen the ghost either. I'm not scared. In fact, I'd rather like to meet him. I wouldn't mind helping him find his arm. Well, after a certain amount of years, basically it would just be a skeletal arm. Just be bone. Right? Depending on the temperature and how long it's, been severed. And, yeah. Anyway. After 5 years, yeah, it would definitely be just bone. If he's feeling lonely, I'd want him to be my conversation partner. That's a little weird. There's a station wagon buried in the trash pile. It doesn't have tires, but other than that, it still looks like a station wagon. The station wagon is my secret hideout. Ooh. Unfortunately, the sliding door and rear doors don't open. So whenever I want to get in, I have to enter the car from the passenger seat and crawl into the back from there. Of course, I take off my shoes at the passenger seat. When you look at it from the outside, it's just a dirty abandoned car. But on the inside, it's nice and clean, because I had swept it out and decorated a little. That took me a long time. The back seats were lying flat because I wanted to have as much space as possible. I found a mattress in the trash pile and put it into that space instead. It was a bit dirty, so I brought a bed sheet from home and decorated the mattress with it. I put my favorite cushions on top, and with that, it turned into a perfect bed. I put I put cushions and stuffed animals everywhere. That's not all. Look at this. I have a bunch of sweets here too. I have a bag of fruit candy in 4 different colors, and some cookies, but they're going bad. I'll have to throw them away. My bear-shaped water bottle was empty. When I come here to spend time on Sundays, I usually bring this water bottle with some sweetened tea in it. I have a box of tissues, a flashlight, extra batteries, and other daily necessities in here. I also have a few books to read in order to kill some time while I'm at it. Damn, you got kind of everything to live in there. What the fuck? And I have this. What do you think this is? Look, ta-da! My hideout is suddenly lit up thanks to the table lamp. Ooh! There's an electric outlet on the side of an old and nearby construction office. I thought they cut the power off years ago, but to my surprise, I was wrong. Electricity is still being supplied to the outlet. When I found tons of extension cords, I came up with the idea to connect them all and make the electricity come all the way to my hideout. That is not safe. Oh, shit. At max, if you necessarily need to, you can... It's basically, you can only have one extension cord plugged into another extension cord. But that's it. Only 2. Alright? 2. It can't go any extension than that. No. That can cause a fire. Ugh, fuck. Now I can spend time here not completely comfortably, with some sweets, books, and lights. If I wanted to, I might be able to spend a night here. But I may catch a cold since it gets cold at night. Help. See? This is a very nice hideout, isn't it? At first I thought somebody would find it and mess with it. But that hasn't happened so far. That's because nobody comes here, and everybody forgot about this place. That's how this place became my perfect secret hideout. Fortunately, I ate so much today that I'm still full. I can tell them that I was playing with my friend at her house and ate dinner there. I'm going to stay here for a while and relax. And I'm going to treat myself. I loved the water gun battle yesterday. My heart had been pounding when I fought one-on-one with Keiichi-kun. I also had great fun at Angel Mort today. I'd never experienced such a crazy game with so many people in my life. I was still feeling the after effects, and I was sure I'd have a dream about it tonight. That was why I wanted to bask in these happy feelings. That was why I was going to treat myself in here. I should take off my shoes and stretch my toes. I should cherish the time when I can be myself. Stretcho! Once I took off my shoes, I felt so relaxed that I didn't want to put them on again. I played all day today, and I was very tired. The treasure hunt could wait. As it got darker, the light on the table lamp became encouraging. It really was getting dark faster than usual. All of a sudden, I heard the sound of raindrops hitting the roof of the car. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter-patter. The interval between drops got shorter and shorter. When it became a continuous sound, I began to hear thunder. Even though it was raining heavily, Sorry. It remained very quiet inside the car, making me feel like I was in a different world. It's my castle, after all. I felt a bit cold, so I unfolded my big blanket and hid under it. Oh, you got a blanket there too, goddamn! I'm here alone, under the warm blanket that was my scent. That has my scent. Well, what else would... Okay, whatever. Even though nobody knew where I was at the moment, and I feel like I was left alone in a heavy rain, I still feel secure and free from anxiety for some reason. I felt like this heavy rain was keeping my enemies away from my castle. I liked it that way. This place is full of small happiness. It's full of my favorite things. That's why I'm happy whenever I'm here. When I put another blanket over me, I felt as warm as if I were in a bed. I listened to the soothing sounds of raindrops hitting the scrap iron and the trash heaps, and it made me feel sleepy. This is the castle of trash. This trash came here because nobody wanted it. This is where it lives. This is a country where unwanted refuse lives together. What the fuck? Okay. I felt like I fit in here. But at the same time, I knew it was just a temporary place for me, as there's somewhere I had to go back to. No. I shouldn't think about things like that. Whenever I realize that I don't belong here, I remember I'm in the middle of a very dirty pile of trash. I should just doze for a little bit longer. Thinking is poisonous. I wanted to keep myself out of the poison, so that the kind of Rena within me could stay pure. A little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. And I closed my eyes. Huh. Alright. A little interesting. Huh. Only 34 minutes in. Alright. And we're still as Rena. Alright. My mother was a very busy woman. The harder she worked, the more her work was valued, and she kept getting promoted. She sought to go higher and higher. She was always shining, and she was my hero. My mother started her career as a fashion designer at a small clothing factory in Okonomiya. My father was a designer too. They met through their jobs and soon got married. They lived in a small apartment in Okonomiya, but they moved to my grandma's house, our current house, in Hinamizawa when she got pregnant with me. We lived there until right before I went to elementary school. Now that I think about it, that was the happiest time of my life. I felt happy every day, and believed without a doubt that tomorrow would be the same. I was so happy that I took it for granted and didn't even feel the happiness. I really did feel happy every day. I was small at that time and didn't really understand what was going on, but it seemed like the company my parents were working for was having financial difficulties. So my mother and a few other young designers started talking about leaving the company and going independent. After many things happened and the situation grew complicated, they got an offer to work at a big design firm in Ibaraki, and they took the offer. At that time, I heard my mother saying many difficult words like limited partnership and business alliance, but in short, what she wanted to do was move to Ibaraki. My mother and her peers were hired because their talent and experience made them immediate assets at their new company. However, my father wasn't one of them. Unfortunately, my father wasn't as talented as my father. Sorry. Let me reread that. Unfortunately, my father wasn't as talented as my mother was. So, moving to Ibaraki meant that my father had to give up being a fashion designer. My mother's new company had high expectations of her talent and promised her a responsible project. She didn't want to waste her growing talent and passion by living in a rural town like Hinamizawa. So my mother convinced my father to quit his job and move to Ibaraki to support her and to help her build her career. Back then, moving meant that I had to say goodbye to my close friends. I didn't want to move, and I kept crying crying about it. God damn it. After we moved to Ibaraki, my mother was a big success. Not only did she have great leadership skills, she was full of energy, and I believe she made the best use of her talents to succeed. She came home late every night and barely had any days off. When she had a big project, she often stayed entire nights at her office. But when she came home, she always looked fulfilled and wore a happy smile that she had never worn when she was in Hinamizawa. She was shining, and I remember I always wanted to shine like her when I grew up. On the other hand, my father wasn't doing so well. He couldn't find a job as a fashion designer, so he took a clerical job at a small company. But he kept changing positions. He couldn't use the experience that he had cultivated, and it was very hard for him. But he was very understanding. He started to take care of things around the house for my mother, who got busier and busier, having one project after another. He cleaned the house, did the laundry, and came to my school events. However, he couldn't cook. He did cook rice, but always bought side dishes from a grocery store. We ate dinner without my mother more and more often. I guess she's busy again. Every time I said that, he always told me, "Your mother is working very hard. So let's support her, Rena." That was what he always told me. I decided to help my father with cooking. I thought it was a good idea to learn how to cook, since he wasn't good at it. Whenever my mother cooked, I helped her and tried to learn how to cook from her. She apologized for not having enough time to cook for us, but she was happy that I was learning. I think I wrote in my school yearbook that I wanted to be a clothing designer in the future, just like my mother. But apparently I lacked my mother's exceptional sense of style. She used to tell me taste is something that you're born with, not something that you cultivate. I remember I was discouraged to be a designer because of that. That was why I decided to reach her by getting better at things she wasn't so good at, instead of trying to be like her. I wanted to be good not only at cooking, but also at doing things around the house, such as cleaning, doing the laundry, and grocery shopping. I remember my father was really happy that I did all that for him, because he wasn't good at it at all. He couldn't find a job and spent a lot of time at home, so he seemed to enjoy spending time doing the housework with his daughter more than anything. I started to become better and better at filling in for my mother, and she started to get too busy to do any of the housework at all, and she moved on to a more responsible position at her job. She took me out to many places as if to compensate for leaving me alone all the time. She used to say, "Let's go out to eat something delicious," without telling her father. Oh my god, that's fucked up. And took me out to a restaurant. Well, that relationship fucking sailed out long ago. Fuck. Alright. She took me to a high-class restaurants and amusement parks. Sometimes it was only me and my mother. Sometimes it was with her friends from work. Yeah. She took me to a beach barbecue one summer with those friends. I was introduced as her daughter, and every one of them pampered me. I still remember there was this one guy who particularly doted on me. He was a good-looking young man. I called him uncle once, and he got mad at me. What the fuck? Why? What the fuck? I don't think I like where this is going. Who was nicely tanned with dyed brown hair. This young man often came with us when we went out. When my mother took me somewhere, she usually made several phone calls for her work during the day, and sometimes she took me out to a place where she could also do her work at the same time. So I didn't feel awkward when people from her work came with us. But I always preferred to be alone with her, so I was happier when we could do that. One day, she took me to a very high-end part of town. Of course, she always spoiled me whenever we went out. She bought me things and let me eat whatever I wanted. But she especially spoiled me on that day. She took me to many expensive-looking boutiques and accessory stores. She was about to buy me something, but I told her not to get it because it didn't look good on me. Without hesitation, she bought it anyway. What the hell? This is all weird. I remember there were many zeros on that price tag. On that day, I realized my mother's design work had made her a very successful woman, and she was earning a lot of money. Okay. We took a break at a ridiculously expensive-looking restaurant that probably charged 1,000 yen for a glass of orange juice. My mother clapped her hands and spoke to me with a smile on her face. She asked, "Rena, would you like to make your dream come true?" What? When I was in kindergarten, my teacher gave students a topic to draw a picture of. The topic was my dream, and I drew myself eating a mountain of fruit parfait all by myself. What my mother meant to say was that she was going to make that dream come true for me. This is so fucking weird. What the fuck is this? Is she like a... Yeah, this is something parents do before they drop a huge fucking bomb on them. On their kids. Yeah, this is like... Yeah, we're... she's about to drop like the divorce talk. Yeah, this is it. This is it, folks. I can already tell. It was a normal day. It wasn't my birthday or anything. But since my mother always spoiled me when we went out together, I didn't feel awkward about it at all, and I accepted her offer with a happy smile. There were 5 or 6 of fruit parfaits in front of me. I remember it looked exactly like the world I drew, and I felt like I was floating in that dream world. It was too much for us to finish, but we dug our spoons into it as if we were playing in the mud, and we really enjoyed eating it together. It was my first time to experience getting full by eating only fruit parfaits, and I remember I was very happy. I enjoyed tasting the happiness and chatting with my mother.
レイナちゃん、
Here we go.
この間映画とお食事に行った時、
Oh
一
fuck.
緒だった人のことを覚えて
It's
る？
worse. It's worse. Oh fucking Christ. Not only is she gonna drop the fucking divorce bomb, but she's also gonna fucking... Like, this is the man I've been cheating with. Ha ha ha. Fucking Christ.
おっと、秋人おじさんだっけ？
That's why he wasn't happy about being called uncle. Call me daddy, bitch. Fucking Christ. How fucked up is this whole fucking thing? What the fuck is this? I feel bad for you,
お兄さん
Rena.
って呼ばないとぶたれる。
What? Hold... Wait, what? Though I can't call him that or he's going to hit me? Excuse me?
レイナちゃんは秋人さんのこと好き？
And she doesn't fuck... The mother doesn't say anything? Hello? Okay, worst mother... Well, probably not worst mother ever, but still bad mother here. Come on.
嫌い。
Good.
いつもレイナのことからかうもん。
それは大好きだからちょっかいを出してるのよ。バーベキューの時はとっても仲良くしてたじゃない。
たまには仲良しかな。かな？
My mother laughed. I didn't know why she brought up the subject, but I didn't really pay attention to it because I was too young. Now that I think about it, she was breaking the news. So yeah, I just didn't notice it.
ねえ、レイナちゃんはお母さんとお父さんとどっちが好き？
Oh my god! How fucking fucked up is this? She's basically asking, if we want to get a divorce, would you go with me or would you go with your father? Fucking Christ. And this is where all the fucking expensive shit comes in, right? Really? Oh my fucking god, that is like entrapment, alright? That is like basically entrapment. You buy her all this expensive shit, you give her all the fruit parfaits and candy and sweets and all that shit, and then you drop this shit and say, who do you like better? Your father, who's basically worthless and, you know, bleh, or, you know, me, who has lots of money and can give you whatever the fuck you want. Like, what the fuck is this shit? What the fuck?
お母さん。
Oh my god, of course. Of course the little kid will go with the, you know, the parent that's fucking, here, you can have this expensive dress, here, you can have all these sweets, stay with me. It wasn't that I hated my father or anything, but I thought giving her that answer was appropriate, after she spoiled me so much. Like fucking entrapment. What the fuck is this shit? Oh my god, I would never do that. Oh my god. Fuck, man. I did not mean to bring that up. Okay, close.
もしもお母さんとお父さんが別々のお家に住むことになったら、
Oh no.
レイナはどっちのお家に住みたい？
Of course the kid is gonna say you.
お母さんね、お父さんと別れて秋人おじさんと結婚しようと思うの。
At that time, my mother was a very successful woman. I didn't know this at the time, but she was drafted by a headhunter to work at a bigger company, where she was promoted to a higher and more responsible position. one where she could bring out the most of her talent. Of course, the position wasn't the only thing she gained. Compared to my father's low salary, my mother was earning enough money to support a family of 3 and still have some left over. I'd kind of realized it from the way she spent money. The greater a position she achieved, the more she spent time with people at her level. All of them were bright and talented. Compared to them, my father might have looked unattractive to her. I liked Uncle Akihito, but I liked him as one of my mother's friends, not in the same way I liked my father. I liked my father and mother equally, so it was very shocking to me that my mother wanted to divorce him. I felt as if the ground below me was beginning to crack. That expression, I realized, actually fit my situation very well. I had to choose which side of the cracked ground I wanted to stand on. My mother told me to live with her at her new house. Her new house meant the house Uncle Akihito lived in. I thought a house was a sanctuary for a family. I believed that a house was a holy place where strangers couldn't easily enter. That was why I couldn't believe her. How could she let a stranger invade such a holy place so easily? Why do you hate my father? My mother looked down and didn't answer. I asked her another question. Why can't you stay with my father? I think that was the hardest and the most heartbreaking of all questions for my mother to answer. In short, my mother had cheated on him. She loved another man who was more attractive than my father. It was just that and nothing more. I knew more than anybody that it wasn't my father's fault. First of all, he decided to move from Hinamizawa to support my mother as much as he could. And that's another thing, that's fucked up, okay? He is supporting your fucking ass by moving with you to another fucking city to support you in your promotions and everything because you are exceptionally good at your job, and he realizes that he's shit, but he still supports you all the fucking way, and yet you're gonna fucking cheat on him? Because you found another guy who's, I guess, fucking more attractive? Like, what? Oh my god. It's fucking, like, weak. So fucking weak, the mother. Fuck her. She could ride hell. For him, nothing good had come from that. Actually, I think he had a very tough time since we moved to Ibaraki. But he volunteered to be her support, and tried very hard to do that. I'm hating the mother so much right now. Fucking Christ, what a bitch. What a fucking mega bitch. She doesn't fucking deserve happiness. She fucking deserves to rot in the fucking ninth circle of hell. I thought my mother appreciated his support. Nah, I guess not. So, I took her decision as a betrayal. I told her that I disagreed with everything, including their divorce. I said it very loudly and made everybody in the store jump. Sure, continue your relationship with Uncle Akihito, but don't divorce my father. I feel bad for him. I feel terrible for him. He has been doing nothing but support you patiently this whole time. How could you do such a cruel thing to him? I screamed as loud as I could. Yeah, that's right. Make her cry. Make her fucking suffer. Then my mother answered. It's too late. Okay. It's fucking good. Okay, YouTube is gonna strike me for that. Why? You haven't talked with my father about this, have you? It's not too late.
お母さんね、
Oh, don't fucking say it. Don't you fucking dare.
妊娠してるの。
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. It's always, this shit is so cliche because it happens so fucking truthfully in the fucking real world. It's fucking ridiculous. It's so fucking cliche. Prayers. Okay. I don't know whether my mother actually told him about the divorce in person. A middle-aged woman who called herself a lawyer came to the house several times to talk to my father on my mother's behalf. She sometimes called him too. My father begged the lawyer to let him speak directly to my mother many times, but it never happened. I could tell by the way they talked that he had no clue when my mother told him she wanted a divorce. Well, again, I'm not even sure if she told him in person. The lawyer told him not to meet my mother, not to call her at work, and many other things too. To top it all off, she told him not to see my mother ever again. He wanted to talk to her. He called some of their mutual friends, but he only found out the name of the guy she was having an affair with, and nothing more. He asked me, "Do you know the guy?" I told him I do. I also told him that he was a funny guy and had given me candy many times. That had to hurt. That had to hurt. Oh my god. Ugh, fuck. I'll never forget how he looked when I told him that. Yeah, that's gotta fucking strike the heart. Oh my god. Oh fuck. This is where it goes. This is starting. Here we go. Fuck. He hit me for the first time. He hit me so hard that his hand print stayed on my cheek for a while. Then he fell on the floor and cried loudly. And then I started to cry too. I didn't cry because he hit me. Uncle Akihito was kind to me, so I liked him, and talked to him out of curiosity. Courtesy, sorry. No, that wasn't it. Girls had to be kind to everybody. That's what I thought. But I was wrong. I learned in this world that there are people you should be nice to, and enemies you shouldn't be nice to. The enemies are the ones who would destroy my life with their very existence. Whether they mean to harm me or not doesn't matter. They're like weeds growing in a flower bed. Dandelions are innocent, but they take all the nutrition from the tulips, from the soil. I fucked that up so bad at the end there. Dandelions are innocent, but they take all of the nutrition for the tulips from the soil. That's why we have to pull them out. The dandelions did nothing wrong, but they're the enemy. Enemies are bad people. That guy was a bad person. I shouldn't have accepted him. I should have rejected him with everything I had. By doing so, I might have been able to disrupt their relationship. By doing so, I might have been able to make my mother feel like their relationship was not going to work. If I tried to do so, my parents wouldn't have had to break up. My father and I cried together, but we cried for different reasons. He must have cried because it happened so fast and didn't make any sense to him. I cried because I regretted that I let it happen when I had the chance to prevent it. My father stroked my cheek and opened his mouth to apologize, but he couldn't speak and just cried with me. One day the lawyer let me see my mother. My My bitch mother asked me to live with her at her house again. I didn't know what to say, so I just kept looking down and listened to her apologies. My father knew that I was going to see my mother on that day. I got a feeling something terrible is about to happen. I don't know why. To tell you the truth, I don't remember this part in the anime. I don't know if this was covered in the anime, but yeah. My father knew that I was going to see my mother on that day, so he handed me a letter and told me to give it to her. I don't know what he wrote in that letter, but for some reason I was able to imagine what kind of things he wrote when I felt it through the envelope. After all, the letter inside the envelope had a rough surface. He must have been crying while writing the letter, and his tears made the letter all wrinkled when it dried. My mother took the letter from me, told me that she'd read it later, and was about to put it in her bag. I stopped her and told her to read it here. I wanted to see how she was going to take the last words that my father had left to her. But my father didn't read it. Yeah, that's basically her saying that she's never gonna read it at all anyway, so. I mean, she might as well have just ripped it up there, you know. She told me she wanted to read it alone later, and she put it in her bag. At that time, I realized, no, it was more than that. I should say, I knew, because it was so obvious. I knew that my mother was lying. She had no intention of reading my father's letter. She was going to throw it away after I was gone, but she lied just because she wanted to seem like a nice person in front of me. The slight curl in her eyebrows and lips told me that more clearly than anything else. At that moment, I finally knew something else. The guy she was having an affair with wasn't the only bad person. My mother was also a bad person. Since that moment, the existence of my mother disappeared from my world, like dry ice evaporating. I didn't have to hesitate about whom to live with anymore.
あなたの家には行きません。私の家は竜宮の家です。もうあなたとも会いたくありません。二度と呼ばないでください。
でもね、レイナ、お父さんの方に残ったらこれからの生活。
At that moment, I hated my name for the first time in my life.
私のこと、気安くレイナって呼ばないでください。失礼します。さようなら。
Those were my last words to my mother. No, to the woman who used to be my mother. After that, I spent many days without feeling anything. I didn't know if the days were long or short. I didn't know which season I was living in. It was supposed to be nothing out of the ordinary, not having my mother around. But every time my father saw things that reminded him of her, like her toothbrush. What the fuck did I just say? Like her toothbrush, her teacup, or her favorite books, he shed tears, which left me frustrated. That's why I decided to completely remove her belongings from the house. I roughly threw her things into a black trash bag. I started to do so frantically. By the time I knocked down her wardrobe, threw her music box hard on the floor, and broke her mirror, my mind was already not working properly. When I try to remember what happened after that, I feel disoriented. That's because the pills the doctor gave me back then made me feel disoriented and lethargic every time I took them. It seems that dullness hit me especially hard, since every time I try to remember that time, it makes me feel disoriented and lethargic, just like the pills made me feel. I destroyed everything that smelled like my mother. But the thing I wanted to destroy the most might have been myself. Even after I threw all of her belongings away, I still couldn't stop feeling regret, and I decided to blame myself in the end. Maybe I was thinking that I wanted to do damage to her reputation and successful life by destroying her daughter, destroying myself. when I was about to reach that very last resolution. Oyashiro-sama came to me. Oyashiro-sama told me to go back to Hinamizawa. Yes, all of this was because of this curse. Oyashiro-sama brought a curse upon the Ryugu family because we broke his rule and abandoned Hinamizawa. After I figured that out, everything started to make sense to me. All the crazy things that happened after my mother was gone. The curse of Oyashiro-sama did all of that to us. It was Oyashiro-sama's voice that was telling us to go back to Hinamizawa. That's right. We should have stayed in Hinamizawa. Everything went crazy because we moved. We had to go back to Hinamizawa. I started feeling disoriented again, and a dull pang ran through my head. It might be a scream from within me, telling me not to push myself too hard to remember any further. The house where we used to live in Hinamizawa was still there. My grandma already passed away, and the house was the only property she left for us. I remembered that I used to live in Hinamizawa, but all I remembered was that it was the village that I used to live in until right before I went to elementary school. I remembered the atmosphere of the village too, but that was all I remembered. I forgot the streets, and even the names of close friends I used to play with. The neighbors knew that the son of the deceased woman had come back divorced. But they didn't know us, and we didn't know them. So it was almost like we moved to a new place. However, as far as I was concerned, it still was my hometown that I had to come back to. At first, everything was inconvenient compared to my life in Ibaraki. And it was hard for both of us to adjust. But we renovated the old house, and it was only me and my father. Life here seemed to make my father forget his pain from the divorce. Mi-chan was very kind to me, and I started to get used to my new life here too. I did everything around the house, and we gradually went back to a time when we used to live happily. Anybody can live a happy life. People sometimes say that some people are born to be unhappy, but I believe that's just an excuse for people who don't even want to try. I won't give in to fate. I'll never give up trying to recapture the happy times that I lost. I'm going to become happy to the point where I don't even feel the happiness anymore. I'm not going to cry anymore. I'll never cry again. I used up all of my tears on that night my father hit me. The curse of Oyashiro-sama is over because we came back to Hinamizawa. So, I'm going to have a happy life from now on. All of a sudden, big raindrops hit the roof of the car, and I recovered my senses. It was still raining hard. It had already gotten dark outside. Let me see how long we've been recording for. Okay. Not bad. Alright. The shadows the table lamp created were very dark, and it looked as if there's nothing else around me. If I turned off this light, would everything in this world disappear? I turned off the light. Darkness swallowed me. But the cold air and the sound of rain didn't change a bit, and that made me realize I was still in this world. The curse of Oyashiro-sama. Did the curse of Oyashiro-sama do those crazy things to my family? Or did I convince myself it did as an excuse for myself because I didn't want to feel guilty about the divorce? Sometimes I'm not sure. Since that time, Oyashiro-sama hasn't come to me. I sometimes feel like it was a delusion I created because I was mentally ill. But he did come at that time. I'm sure about that. Am I right, Oyashiro-sama? I was unhappy after I left Hinamizawa, but I came back and I'm happy now. But where am I supposed to go now that I'm unhappy in Hinamizawa? Where?
ダメだ、レナ。不幸になったとか考えちゃいけない。私は幸せなんだ。幸せになるんだ。だから、絶対に幸せになれるんだ。
Suddenly I felt that if this darkness swallowed me, I'd never be able to be happy again. I found the switch of the table lamp and turned it back on. When I looked at the clock, it was already past 11 p.m. I had to go home. I wouldn't have time to prepare my lunch for tomorrow. At least, I'd have to set the timer on the rice cooker. It didn't look like the rain was going to stop anytime soon. I looked out the window to see the rain, but could only see my reflection. I talked to that reflection in the window. I'm so glad that my father's happy. He'd been acting like he was dead for a long time. The smile on his face is a good sign that he's regaining his former happy life. He became miserable because of me. That's why I don't mind doing things for him until he regains his smile, and we become truly happy. When I stay here alone for a while, it gives him some time to be alone with her. Plus, I don't have to fake a smile. But then, my reflection in the window tells me, Rena, you're such a good girl. You're kind to everybody, and love them equally. You can make anybody like you. But did you forget something? In this world, there are people you should be kind to. And enemies that you have to reject with all you've got. I thought you learned that lesson. No, don't listen to her. My reflection is always mean. She always says mean things and makes fun of my worries. But she always tells me things that I can't say myself. Let's go home, Rena. To your home. Forget about the mean Rena in the mirror. I was a bit hungry by then. After all the desserts I ate, I still got hungry. I almost forgot. Rena-san bought me a shortcake. I've never had a shortcake from Angel Mort, but I bet it'll taste good. I'd have to give my thanks to Rena-san the next time I met her. See her. Rena-san speaks in a way that makes it very clear how she grew up, but I'm sure she's a good person. That's because she's so good at, That's because she's so good to my father. I did everything I could to make my father smile, but I failed. On the other hand, Rena-san, it's all hard because Rena-san could put a big smile on his face so easily. I have to thank Rena-san. I have to thank her for cheering up my father. But I don't know why. I just don't like her perfume. Twice now, this chapter ends with her saying, I don't like perfume, man. I just don't like it, man. What the fuck was that? I don't know. But I think that's the end of the chapter. Yes, it is. We got 2 tips. Ooh. Let's go ahead and read those before we go ahead and end this video here. Tips. New ones, I believe. It's just the new ones. Yeah, here we go. My summer vacation picture diary. What the fuck? Alright, what the hell? Today I went to a swimming pool with my mom. Oh, this is when, okay. Uncle Akihito came with us too. I don't like him because he's sometimes mean to me, but he's a very kind and funny old man. He told me to call him Daddy for... Whoa! Excuse me? What? Fucking Christ. Okay. Mega douche. Mega douche and mega bitch alert. Oh my god, those two. Fucking Christ. He told me to call him daddy for that day because he was going to play with me at the pool like he was my daddy. Jesus Christ. My mom called him daddy, so I did too. Oh my god. What is wrong? What the Okay. Uncle Akihito looked very happy and gave me a lot of money. My mom looked very happy, and it made me happy too. I want to play with him again. I hope my dad can come with us next time. That's a big old fat nope. That's fucked up. That is royally fucked up. What the fuck is wrong with both of you? Premonition of rainy days again. I opened the window, placed my cushion nearby, and prepared to enjoy the weather. But she came over and disrupted my peaceful evening. She always ruins my time of solitude.
幸せそうね。
Oh?
そっか。今日はあんたの大好きな甘いものがたくさん食べられたものね。
This girl loves sweets more than anything. I like them too, but I can't eat like she does. It'd give me heartburn if I ate the amount she ate today. She seemed to be very happy, so I leave her alone for a while. I had been making my favorite hot and salty food for the past few days, so she must be quite pleased today. It was a very fun day for me too. I just wanted to enjoy the memory of the excitement I felt today by sitting here quietly, enjoying the sunset. But when I looked up the sky, I saw some thick clouds forming there. The wind was a bit cooler than usual. It might start raining soon.
大地震や大津波などの知らせとして、浅瀬に普段は絶対に見かけることができない深海の魚が現れることがあるっていう話があるらしいわね。
We saw a very rare fish that dwells in deep water in the shallows today. Just as the ancient stories of sea monsters say, people hate deep-sea animals and tend to interpret them as omens of a disaster. It didn't matter if they showed up alive or dead. As I said something interesting just now, even if they showed up alive or dead, it was an omen of a disaster. Oh, it might start raining soon.
うるさいな。言われなくてもわかってる。洗濯物を取り入れるわよ。
I grabbed a basket and went outside to take the laundry in. The clouds were getting darker. I normally like rain, but I didn't think I'd enjoy it today. Okay, I'm starting to get my suspicions that these diary readings that are between Rika and this unknown person. I think the unknown person is... Fuck, I can't say it, but you all know what I'm talking about, right? Starts with an H. Ends with a U. Okay. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed that. That was a quite a backstory chapter. One that was fucked up, but wow, these chapters are like an hour and a half long. What the fuck is this shit? They're actually pretty short. Huh. That's a little bit longer than both the previous chapters, but still pretty short. But I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Because I will be doing more Higurashi and Umineko 2 as well on the side soon. So stay tuned for those two. And yeah. Please, as a reminder, stay sinful, folks.